The fall of Omar Mosque. The elder spoke with trembling when he described the sign that would shake not only Jerusalem, but the whole world. The Mosque of Omar shall fall, he said, and when it does, the world will understand that the times are no longer ordinary, but apocalyptic. He was not speaking of rumors or passing threats, but of a collapse that heaven itself had revealed to him, a moment permitted by God as the unveiling of the last sequence. He said that the Golden Dome, which for centuries had stood as a monument of pride and conquest upon the mount where once rose the Temple of Solomon, would not endure forever. It will fall, he declared, whether by the hand of men or by the trembling of the earth, and its fall shall be the great sign, for from it the nations will be stirred to wrath, and the stage will be set for the final deception. The elder described the scene as he had seen it in spirit. The shining dome torn asunder, its stones scattered, its courts filled with dust and cries. He foresaw men wailing, crowds rioting, and armies summoned in fury. The entire Middle East would ignite, for the fall of that mosque would be taken as a wound upon the faith of millions, a wound that demanded vengeance. They will rise as one man, he said, crying out for justice, crying out for blood, and the earth will shake with their rage. He warned that this event would not remain local, but would ripple outward across the nations. News would flash from one end of the earth to the other, carried on every channel, spoken of in every parliament, debated in every council. Leaders would be compelled to take sides, and the alliances of the world would shift overnight. The elder said, "From this fall shall come division without healing. The nations will no longer speak of peace, but of holy war. And in this uproar the Antichrist will find his hour." He foresaw that under the cover of vengeance and reconstruction, a throne would be prepared. A throne not for God, but for the man of lawlessness. Where the dome had stood, a new seat would be raised, and the world would marvel, believing itself to be building a monument of unity. But in truth, they would be paving the way for the deceiver to be enthroned. "Do not marvel when you see them rejoice at its fall," he said. "They will say, 'Now we can build anew, now we can unite.' But in truth, they prepare the chair of perdition." The elder warned that this sign would test even the faithful, for some would be tempted to rejoice prematurely, thinking the holy place was being restored to God. But he shook his head and said, "Be discerning, for what follows will not be the glory of Christ, but the rise of his enemy. The fall of the mosque will open the way, but the one who takes the seat will be the Antichrist. Only when the Lord himself descends will the temple be restored in truth." He concluded with trembling words, "When you hear of the fall of the Omar Mosque, do not sleep, do not doubt, do not delay. This is the trumpet blast that the end has come near. The nations will rage, Jerusalem will be torn, and the man of sin will step forward. But lift up your eyes, for the Lord has foretold all these things, and his hand will not abandon those who trust in him."